So typically when you're funding the trust aspect, you want to put the trust either as a primary or contingent beneficiary because people pass away, but trusts live on for
Oh, I see. So
an infinite
you can
period of
have the
time
trust be a beneficiary
of the
of
estate.
the estate. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's just I'm learning the ways that you can put up a business and a trust together
Yeah.
to where I have this one client, he has like 5 acres and he wants to he set up a business and he wants to get a trust set up, put the business into the trust so that essentially when he passes away, the house is never sold. It's continued on and it creates this kind of foundation where people can come up to the property, do retreats and things like that. And so I really want to get more into down the road about how to set up that legacy aspect of things.
Yeah.
When you pass away, you're setting up these foundations or this legacy aspect where things continue on and it helps people for an unknown period of time.
Yeah, and that's a very different mindset than I think most have regarding their finances, regarding their assets. They're just thinking, I'm just thinking 5-10 years down the road, but you're talking about 100, 200 years down the road, having these assets continually be in the family line and affecting the legacy of my family.
Yeah. Or you think about like the McConnell Foundation,
Wow.
and these other organizations, and you look at some of these ultra high net worth people like Bradley or Grant Cardone, you Google them and then Google the word trust on top of that, you'll find videos on TikTok and they talk about how they don't own anything and they have everything into a trust and it just continues, onto everything. Yeah. So
if someone wanted to, let's say a homeowner, they wanted to get a trust, what can they expect for a cost, to typical cost to get a trust going?
Yeah. So right now, basically, I'm charging about $2,500, and that encompasses a full package deal. Essentially, you get your revocable trust, your living and last will. You also get a financial power of attorney. You get a healthcare power of attorney, an organ donation, and advanced healthcare directives.
I did want to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so about $2,500, and they can have everything set up.
Yeah. It can be a little bit higher, if your client, if you have more houses, you have businesses, it's going to require a little bit more time. But a standard married couple or single individual is going to be about $2,500. The benefit of that is that even though that seems like it might be a little bit high for some people, if they just are renting or they only own a home and they don't have much, is we can make those unlimited updates and changes. So if they are freshly married and they want to have children, then every time that they have a child, they can update their trust and there's no additional legal cost aspects. But then also if they want to move out of state.
That's really not very much. And I imagine that cost goes up with time.
Yeah, there's been some
because
inflation
of
and stuff.
Inflation and, the cost to actually do the workings to get all the assets into the trust. There's expenses there. And so the sooner they do it, the better.